baseball. They always do. And, West Jones has started off strong. Of course, let's be honest, the competition may not be as, potent as other schools in the area. South Jones has started off slow, but, of course, they did play Gulfport, Biloxi, and West Lauderdale, and they will have West Lauderdale tomorrow night at Bracefield, depending on the weather and how the rain holds out. And West has played, I believe, Stringer and PCS maybe. So, what do you think?
Well, South Jones, they will take on the tough teams because Gulfport was the South State champion in 6A. So, and West Lauderdale is always good with Coach Boatwright. He's won numerous championships up there, and they play them like 2 or 3 times this season. So South Jones ain't scared to play anybody. West Jones, on the other hand, I did their game last Friday night when they played Stringer, and they beat Stringer, of course, 6-0. Of course, you probably would think that way, but they would beat Stringer. But PCS is usually a pretty good team. They lost a few players from the last year's team, but beating PCS is no big deal. But we'll see what West Jones has later on in the season when they meet up with South Jones. And Northeast Jones, they played Wayne County last week. I did half that game because I was weather delayed, and the West Jones Classic started a little late. But they played Wayne County, and they did pretty good. So I don't know how they done this week. And I'll be seeing Northeast Jones Saturday afternoon as they take on North Forest.
Well, that should be an easy win for Northeast Jones, I would assume. Looking at now, let's compare the schedules. Okay, let's the first 5 games, and everyone listening, you can make your honest opinion. We're not saying what about each team's. You can make your opinion on the strength of schedule. Stringer. Now, this is for West Jones. They opened up with Stringer in the West Jones Classic. Then they played PCS, Presbyterian Christian. Then they played Enterprise. Okay, so the Mustangs are at 3-0. To finish off the week, they have Presbyterian Christian. And then they have Van Cleve. Now, looking at these 5 games, I think the toughest opponent will be Van Cleve. They play, good ball down on the coast. They always have. And since Katrina, have really been able to get some guys from Louisiana that can hit the ball. And so I think Van Cleve's going to be a tough opponent for the Mustangs in their first really challenge, I believe.
Yeah, that's just the first 5 games. If you scroll on down to the rest of that schedule, you also see Columbia Academy, Silmian Institute out of Louisiana. They play in a lot of private schools with their non-district games. So, and I'm a West Jones alumni, so I should be back in West Jones. But I will say they don't really play a tough schedule. They padding their schedule to have a good record, and then we'll see what happens when it comes playoff times.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But you never know. They're liable to, have, see some challenges there. Then you're looking at South Jones, and they'll be taking on Biloxi, of course. The first game they lost 7-6. They lost 11-1 to Gulfport, 12-4 to West Lauderdale. They're going to be taking on D'Iberville tonight in the Pearl River Community College tournament. That's depending on the weather. And so they'll finish up the week with West Lauderdale on Friday, and then Harrison Central on Saturday down at the Pedal tournament. So that's the South Jones Braves schedule. So what do you think about their schedule?
Very, very challenging schedule. Like I said, when you're playing the defending South State champion in 6A ranks in Gulfport, and you're playing perennial power West Lauderdale a couple of times before you even get into district play. So they're going to be well tested when it comes playoff time.
That is true. I think, a lot of times I think, you look at teams that schedule these easy teams, and they might, do good with them, but in the end, does it really help? You look at, for example, you have teams like Stringer you have teams like Taylorsville, and when they play, beef up their schedule and play in 5A and 4A schools, well, that helps them, But if you're a 5A, wouldn't you want to play at your same level, 4A, 6A? I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, Billy Ray, and I've been wrong before. I'm not perfect. So, what's your thoughts?
Well, I'm not a coach. I may act like a coach, may act like I know it all on the radio here or the podcast, but it just really depends on what kind of team you got. If you got a young team, you're trying to build your program, I guess playing smaller private schools gives your players confidence. But if you got a team full of seniors and they're talented, go on up and step on up and play some tougher competition. That's only going to help you get better come playoff time.
You're exactly right. And Northeast, let's take a look at their schedule. They have Wayne County. They started off with. They won that one 2-0. They had Presbyterian Christian, the West Jones Classic, and they won that one 8-3. They got Lamar Christian, and they lost to them 5-3. Then they have Park Lane Academy today, depending on the rain. And, that one, Park Lane's not a slouch. They have some talented athletes down there from Macomb area. And they're one of the better academies. So that one, I guess it's a little challenging, but still. And then Richton, they're at Richton on Saturdays, depending on the weather, which they should be able to get that one in Saturday. So how do the Tigers' strength of schedule match up to you, Billy Ray?
You say they were Richton Saturday? Yeah. I think they play in North Forest. That's what my schedule says on my broadcast schedule. March the 3rd, I got North Forest at 1 o'clock.
Okay, here they're at Richton at 7 o'clock on the 2nd. Okay, that's tomorrow. And then they play Saturday. I don't have my glasses on, so I really can't see right now. But, hey, that's the stats for you. And schedule tells it all. Now, if you're able to go through your schedule and you're able to keep on winning, well, then it really doesn't matter. But if you're a top dog and you're a champion, then I would schedule tougher teams. That way it will prepare you for the playoffs. Now, that's just my opinion.
And I have not seen the schedule, have not seen any results. You said that Northeast Jones got beat by Lamar Christian?
Yes, Northeast Jones got beat by Lamar Christian 5-3.
Wow, that is amazing because I did Lamar Christian against Laurel Christian School to open up the broadcast season for SuperTalkLaurel.com as we do a Jones County Game of the Week, and they took on Laurel Christian, and Laurel Christian was outmanned. They had a couple guys playing soccer, and they had one guy out with an abscess too. So they were shorthanded, and they had to take that game into extra innings where Lamar Christian ended up winning 5-2 in 9 innings. And then Lamar Christian turns around and beats Northeast Jones this week. Wow. I'm kind of shocked at that.
Well, that's baseball. That's why you play 30 or 40 games in baseball. Good talking segment, Billy Ray. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and talk a little NFL, the top quarterbacks, who we think is going to go where. I mean, it don't really matter, but we're going to talk about it. So y'all sit tight and check out these fine sponsors.
At Central Sunbelt, our mission is to help you achieve all your financial goals. That's why we provide so many options for financing, regardless of how big or small your needs. Being not-for-profit and member-owned means we're often able to go above and beyond our competitors to offer attractive, low rates when financing virtually anything, and with a payment you can afford. Already have a loan? Refinance from another institution to lower your rate and save hundreds, if not thousands, on interest. So whether you need funding for something personal like medical or dental work, financing your home, or anything inside and out, we can provide the financing you need. Talk to your loan officer today or visit sunbeltfcu.org/apply. Pay less for your auto loan.
Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville offers free 1040 EZs and free estimates. With over 50 years combined tax experience, this team is up to date on current tax changes and specializes in preparing all federal and state returns, including corporations. They can prepare W-2s and 1099s, as well as assist in obtaining EINs for new businesses. Stop by Flicka's Tax Service on Highway 28 in Taylorsville for fast, friendly service at a great price. Or call 601-785-6900.
The Shabby Sheet Cake is Laurel's newest bakery, located at 1519 Bushberry Road across from Mississippi AG. Shabby Sheet Cake specializes in some of the best baked goods around the free state. You should try some of the cupcakes. They also offer some cool cake decorating classes for everyone. So why not give Ashley a call at 601-433-7999 for your next party, get together, or church social. Take it from us, they know their sweets. Tell them you heard about them or something to talk about.
Hub City Madness is about making people aware for the various forms of rock music that is lived and made in our great city of Hattiesburg. Mississippi is the birthplace of rock and roll, and we need to act accordingly. Hub City Madness takes place at the Thirsty Hippo in downtown Hattiesburg on Saturday, March 24th at 6 p.m. and Sunday, March 25th at 4 p.m. We'll have 20 bands, and they're all from Hattiesburg. The bands are as follows: Flipside Radio, Stellatone, Under Orbit, Mississippi Shakedown, Piss Fist, Electric Witch, Elder, Pleather, Florida Man, The Squid and the Whale, Brother Joshua and the Quickness, By a Thread, Year of the Vulture, Cicadas, Cloud Wars, Eye Jammy, Judy and the Jerks, Swamp Temple, Soft Spot, DD Cat Piss, and the Fuzz Coffins. Thanks to these local sponsors: Hattiesburg Tattoo, Shipley's Donuts of Hattiesburg, The Thirsty Hippo, Rock 104.5, Sunset Screen Printing.
Yeah, you can listen to the local radio guys, but you will be misinformed. Now have a Coke and popcorn and be informed.
Welcome back to Laurel, Mississippi, in downtown. Well, we are downtown at the Sawmill Square Mall. We're coming to you live from the Cosmic Deli here, and just a quick reminder, Mitchell wanted me to tell you all that tomorrow they're going to be having their redfish tacos, so that should be pretty good, and should be tasty, so y'all come out and give them a try. They open at 11 o'clock here in the mall, and so he should be having some big announcement coming soon. But Billy Ray, I'll let you handle the NFL and all that, and you get started with who you think ought to be going where and who you think the best quarterbacks are in the draft.
Okay, well, Big John, the NFL Combine will start tomorrow morning. You know, it's just a chance for prospective NFL players just fresh out of college to get out there and let the scouts look at them in their underwear and do some skills, some shuttle runs and some 40-yard dashes and stuff like that. What do you think about the NFL Combine? I think it's a complete waste of time. In football, how often are you just going to sprint 40 yards?
I'll tell you what, Billy Ray, I'm not for it that much. I mean, I guess that it's good for the players maybe that from smaller conferences that really didn't get looked at, maybe. But, I mean, they have film on these guys. I mean, is it really necessary to go through these long weeks at the Combine?
Well, they have a lot of film on these guys already, and this is invitation. You got to be like 300 players get invited by the NFL. And half the time the quarterbacks don't even throw because they're throwing against receivers who they don't even know, and they only get like 2 or 3 passes to complete them. So a lot of times the quarterbacks don't even